Now, it says Iman will make one 7-figure payment to Teyanna. Now, if you guys don't know how much 7 figures is, I'm gonna let y'all know. It's $1 million, okay? Now, I just recently learned what 7 figures was within the last couple of years. So, I got the information for y'all just in case y'all didn't know. 6 figures, talking about 100,000. 7 figures, you add extra decimal point, it adds another zero, which gives you $1 million. Now, I've never heard in the divorce settlement somebody paying outright this money off rip, but that's what it says. He has to make the 7-figure payment to Teyanna. Now, it doesn't say multiple, it just says one. Now, I don't know, how loosely they are counting this. I don't know if it needs to be clearly over $1 million or he can give her $1 million. I'm just trying to try to finesse, get an extra band out of that. So whatever that will be, $999,000. I try to give just a little bit short of that meal. Come on, it's damn near 7 figures. If it's in the black and white that it needs to exactly be 7 figures. But like Soldier Boy said, millions is millions. You know what I mean? So technically, if you're 1,000 short of having $1 million, technically is, speaking of technicalities, all right, I'm not going through them. Just pay the $1 million so you don't have to deal with some other stuff. But whatever. It says Teyanna will retain 4 marital properties valued at approximately $10 million. Back to what I was saying, go ahead and short her on that little $1,000 so you don't got to give her that meal. Because if you got to give her these properties, 4 properties that are valued at approximately $10 million, why is she gonna be tripping over a little $1,000, a little bandica that you ain't give her? You giving her a bunch of other $10 million worth of valued property, right? Let's move on. Now, Iman, he gets to keep his condo in Miami as well as properties in South Georgia and Decatur. Now, if y'all don't know where Decatur is, look it up because I don't know either, but it is. I don't care where it's at, if it's in Antarctica, if it's in another country, third world country, Germany, wherever you want to say it's at, it don't matter because he gets to keep that, which I think is fair because sometimes we see in these divorce settlements, it seems like it's very heavy leaning on the women. Like Jeff Bezos' wife. She wasn't in there grinding with him all the years. You saw that picture of Jeff Bezos when he just had the little, it wasn't even printed out. He just wrote on it, Amazon. He got that little small ass desk he working at, right? You don't see his wife nowhere in the picture, but they get divorced and she gets half of his money. Now, granted, he was able to make that 10 times over since then, but it's crazy because he had to give her all this money, and what'd she do? She give it away. He worked all his life for all this hard-earned fettuccine, and he loses it, some of it in the divorce settlement. What'd she do? She gives it away. So, like I said, at least Iman got to keep his properties or whatever it may be, Now it says Iman will still be forced to pay $8,000 in child support a month. That's $8,000 a month, as well as paying for both his children's private school. I don't know how I feel about this, honestly. I guess if you have to pay that big lump sum of $1 million to somebody, and then you got to get the properties worth $10 million, and then you still got to pay for all the private school, that seems just a tad bit unfair to me. But I was the one allegedly cheating, so I don't necessarily have to deal with this. But what I will say about that is, when it comes to your kids, I don't think it should be I don't think it should even be a conversation, you know what I mean? As a man, you should still want to, provide for your kids regardless. Now, don't confuse this with somebody who's taking their kids to public school and their tuition isn't as high. There's some public schools, well, I think a lot of public schools, you're talking about at least $50,000 a year, you know what I mean? $50,000 to $100,000 a year. I'm thinking, the daughters of Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert are probably going to be close to, that, 100, 150,000 a year just for private school. So the 8,000 kind of makes sense because I don't like when it's like a situation where it's like a woman isn't even living that type of lifestyle anyways. Her kids are going to public school and the girl wants like $20,000 a month for child support. What do you need $20,000 for child support if your kid is going to a public school? It's like, well, when she goes live with her dad, you know, they live in the high life, and then she comes live back with me, it's normal stuff. That's not their father's fault. As long as the father is providing a good experience while he is in care of his kids, that's all it matters. The divorce settlement isn't necessarily for the adults, is necessarily for the children, right? Because when you get divorced, who does it affect most? It affects your children. You know, they went to live in a two-parent household. You know, mom and daddy are working together to make sure that they have a good life. But once they break up, like I said, the mom can still work, the dad can still work, but it affects the children more than anything. So I don't have a problem with the child support payment because, like I said, as a man, you should want to do for your kids, and hopefully Iman doesn't have a problem with that. But it's probably the initial, the fact that he has to pay all this additional money anyways, and then he has to pay this $8,000 a month for the child support. But Iman, you got to do the right thing like Spike Lee and pay that money, my boy. But other than that, the last thing that we can touch on, as far as the settlements and stuff like that, they both get to keep their business investments to themselves. Now, I looked at some of Iman Shumpert's business investment. I'm not 100% sure how much time he's actually putting into it, or it just has his name on it, a way for him to, you know, possibly keep money in a safe space. You know, get his Martha Stewart on. You feel me? Move to here and move to here, just out of there. But I did like that because it's the fact that it makes me seem like Teyana Taylor isn't the person that's necessarily coming for his money. It's just she wants to be able to still be a little bit comfortable while still having her kids taken care of. Because I think that would be weird if, you know, for some reason that she was getting a piece of some investment that she had nothing to do with, or maybe some of his NBA money that she had nothing to do with, or vice versa. I wouldn't like the fact if you know, if Teyana Taylor has the royalties or not, if Iman Shumpert would be getting a piece of that. I don't like that either. This we're making it clear. It's not just the women thing. I just think for when you're in a marriage, and just because that person's around, now you are obligated to split everything, even if they didn't have a part of it. That's the problem that I have with that. But respectfully, they're able to both keep all their personal investments. So I'm cool with that. Now, the real question is, let's bring it back. Did Teyana have a fair reasoning for wanting the divorce? Is infidelity and cruel treatment is that a fair reason to divorce somebody? Now, everybody might answer differently, but I want to know what you guys think. You know, I want to hear some of you guys' feedback, whether you're married or not, or if you're single, or you're just a girl, or you just have a girlfriend you've been dating for a couple days. I just want to know personally what y'all think, because honestly, me, I'm the type of person. It just really comes down to respecting. You know what I mean? Now, some people can get over cheating. Me personally, as somebody who is a retired habitual cheater, I that would be grounds for me wanting to get divorced for sure. Because if it says through right or wrong till death do us part, then that is what the vibe is. Nothing else. I don't want to hear, oh well, we got all. No, I'm not. Whatever excuse you about to try to make for a reason that you had. Well, I just felt long, but I'd rather you break up with me before you cheat on me. I don't care if you break with me and the next day you sleep with somebody else. That ain't got nothing to do with me, because technically we are not together. So, you know, you got that.